What's up, my lovely fire sign collective? How are we today? I am doing a channeled message. It's for all fire signs: Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. I'm not using my cards, I'm simply channeling. There's been an irritating energy around of right when you're on, and I saw it for myself today and I had to look it up because I found myself, I'm a Sagittarius, and I found myself being drawn back, thinking of the past, thinking about an ex of mine that is so toxic and so narcissistic, abusive, horrible. And I'm like, not thinking about him in a way where like I missed him, but I could just pick up on it. Like it's been in my head for a couple of days. I would never call him. He doesn't have my number, thank God. But I just found myself in this nostalgic sense and remembering what it was like to want to be with someone else while I was still with this person and still dealing with this person even after we broke up. Like we broke up, it was said, it was done. I moved out. I got my own place. I got a job, but I still had that, for the first couple of days at least, I still had that, I missed him, maybe we'll get back together, like all of that stuff. And it just never happened because when I was away from him, when I was with him, I had nothing. And I'm being real here. I was beaten down. I was very, very overweight. I was extremely unhealthy. My skin was like gray from all the cigarette smoke in the house. I was getting no sleep because, he would be up all hours of the night. There was no love. There was no affection. There was no nothing. He would say the most horrible things to me. And I really just lost myself as a person for 7 years. And it was really, really tough. And it should have been at a point in my life where I was very happy and I was graduated from college and, my future was bright and, but instead I was met with a horrific tragedy that happened that kept us codependent on each other, where I thought I was helping someone, I thought I was saving someone, but it was actually the opposite, where I freed this person so that they could damage me. And I didn't even realize that I was doing it. Okay. When you're not meant to be with someone, spirit is going to let you know. At that time, I was not as spiritual as I am now. I was not receiving the messages that I needed to receive, although I could feel them and I knew to pray. And once I started to pray and I asked for help and assistance of my ancestors, specifically my father, I found a job. It actually coincidentally was the company that my dad used to, I didn't know it at the time, but my dad used to work for when I was a baby. So, everything came full circle. They did come through for me. But as soon as I left, I started to experience tremendous growth. I got myself healthy. I got back on my feet. I got a beautiful apartment. I got a brand new car. I was really relaxing. I was going to the gym every day. I was doing kickboxing. I had new friends. I was seeing a nutritionist. I would, go to work and work out and then, come home and I would go swimming in the pool at night. Like I was just really, everything in my life was really just working out for me. I was able to afford so many things. I was able to just experience such tremendous growth within myself. And there would be no way that I would ever go back. I'm getting a feeling that some of you are at that point where you're thinking to yourself, you've spent enough time away from this person. Maybe they still text you. Maybe they still call you. Maybe they still send you messages here and there. Okay. I never texted my ex, ever. I never messaged him, hey, what's up? How are you? I miss you. I want to see you. Can we hang out? I'm doing this with my life. No, it was cut off, dead silence, nothing. He would still call me. He would still text me, but I was not responding in the way that he was. But he was still keeping me stuck because every time I would check my voicemail, there would be like 20-minute voicemails from him just talking. He wasn't talking to me. He was talking at me. And then some might say, and I definitely believe in this, that is spell work. It's not like, voodoo hoodoo, burning candles and all this stuff. Not that. But the words that are spoken get inside your head. That could be part of it too. And I'm not saying that this person is not doing anything. You wouldn't really have any concrete way of knowing if the person that you're dealing with, an ex, it's trying to make a comeback, could possibly be doing things. Here are some signs that you would know if this person is trying to, to attack you spiritually, trying to mess with your energy. Everything is about energy. Money's about energy. Health is about energy. Life is energy. So if you feel yourself, whenever this person is around you, whenever they're in your mind, whenever they start to text you, bad things start to happen, that is an indication that this person could be doing spell work on you, that this person could be trying to manipulate you, at least energetically, to make you think of them and only them. Right away, you could be going throughout your day, you're getting on with your life, you're starting to feel happy, you're picking yourself up, and then bam, 5 o'clock comes, you get the text message, hey, what's up? Right away, total downer. You know what I mean? You're not happy to hear from this person, you're not excited to hear from this person. So why are you thinking in your mind, maybe I should go back? Why? It's like getting poisoned, surviving, and then thinking, oh, maybe I should go back and take another berry off that tree. And maybe I'll survive it this time, just to get poisoned again, but even worse this time, or horrible. So I feel as if this person is putting some major pressure on you to get married, to have children, to settle down, to have a family, but they're doing it in such a way that you think that they are your only option. You don't have anybody else. And it's also part of the reason why, because this person already planted the seeds when they were in the relationship with you. And I'm using myself as an example because I've lived it, okay? That's why I'm channeling the messages, because the card is just going to be a distraction. So just listen up. If this doesn't resonate with you, it doesn't resonate, okay? But just pay attention, okay? No, I forgot what I was going to say. I'm just kidding. So even just like the words that someone says, the seeds that they planted within you, especially if they know personal things about you, where maybe you have said, I can't date because of this, or I can't get married because of this, or I can't have children because of this. And they're feeding on that. So they've already abused you. They've already planted the seeds. They've already said the harsh, evil words. And you probably got back together with this person several times where it's been on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off. And every time you break up and you try to get on with your life, you feel yourself getting pulled back in. That's spell work. They've already created an environment where they're just trying to make sure that you don't move on without them. But it's not because they want you. It's not because they love you. It's more along the lines of the energy I'm picking up right now is, how dare you get away from me? And it's not because they want you. It's not because they love you. It's because they don't want you to be with anybody else. They don't want to be wrong. When they said you were a loser, when they said you were a fuck up, when they said you were never going to have anything in life, when they said that, you're poor or whatever it is, you're never going to have any money, you're never going to be successful, when they celebrated other people over you, when they spent time with friends over you because these friends had more than you, or these friends had a negative opinion about you, and they went and hung out with them anyway. And you were constantly fighting, trying to fit into their world. But for some reason, there's some sort of a difference between the two. Maybe one makes more money. Like my ex made more money than I did. He made $5,000 a month and spent $3,000 of it on beer and cigarettes, and then struggled to pay the bills, and then would beat me up for it. Not physically, of course, but mentally beat me up because I only made a certain amount of money. I just graduated from college. I was still working my college job, where that, you're not making a lot of money. You're doing whatever you can to make ends meet until you graduate from college, and then you have to intern. But see, that was the lore that originally happened. Somehow, when somebody is more abundant than you are, okay, not abundance is the wrong word. When somebody's a little bit more settled in life than you are, and you get into a relationship with them, an unhealthy person, mind you, this is only for unhealthy person, because a person that truly loves you, and a person who sees your worth, and a person who can look at you and said, wow, I see the potential in this person, they're going to stick by you and they're going to help you grow. Your job is to follow through with what you want in life. Because nobody can give you what you want in life. Not one person can give you what you want in life. You have to go out there and you have to get it yourself. You have to work for it. And if you have a strong, committed, solid partner who is your fan, all while being a strong, committed partner to themselves who's their own fan, the sky's the limit, baby. Trust me. It hits different when two people can come together and work together and they're not fighting against each other and they're not pointing fingers and saying, well, I have more, you need me, I don't need you, therefore I can do what I want. I heard that every single day. I can go out with my friends and I can get drunk and I can spend all the money. I'm the one that pays all the bills. You have no say in what I do. Fuck you. That's what I heard. And what could I do? I didn't have a leg to stand on, at least I thought. But then as soon as I got a job where I was making enough money to be able to pay half the bills and some, he didn't talk to me for a month. Why? Because he didn't have any control. Whoever this person is, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, they don't have control over you anymore, but in some way they still do. And how do they do that? They don't talk to you. They run away. They act like their life is so much better without you. Oh, wow, look at how much money I can spend now because I don't have you around me. Oh, look at all the big trips I'm taking. Oh, look at all the, all these new friends that I have. Or, oh, look at all these people that want to date me. All this stuff, it's all facade. It's all bullshit. Because they know that when they said you weren't good enough, God damn it, they know they were not good enough. Because if they were, they would be with that person. They would have that new person. If they were good, God would say, all right, if you were the bad one, God would say, all right, you freed yourself from this person. I'm going to now bring in your soulmate. If this person was solid, if this person was stable, if this person was healed, if this person was of the light, they would have the things that they said you were not and you did not deserve. Trust me on that. I don't mean to shout, but this energy is irritating me. It's like this person just sitting there. What else can I say? What else can I do to try to lure this person in? How much more can I beat this person down? The only thing they're doing is delaying you from you being with the person that they want. They know this person, somehow they have knowledge. They know. I don't know if they have access to your birth chart. I don't know if they knew about somebody else in your life that that you wanted to be with or just could sense it. Whatever it was, they know that you are not supposed to be with them. They know that they are not your end game. That's this person's goal. Maybe this person has failed in other relationships and you're no different. Why? Because they don't actually they're not healed enough and they don't have what it takes to have a long withstanding relationship. Because they're doing it on false pretenses, because they want to be better, because they want to have control. They don't know about equality. They don't know about equal reciprocity. They don't know about that give and take. And you know what? On the flip side of this person probably would sit there and say, oh, I want to be with somebody who can pay all the bills. Okay, so, all right, go out and work and you pay all the bills and you pay for everything, and I'm going to sit here and I'm going to do nothing. And then one day, bam, I'm going to divorce your ass. I'm going to take half of everything that you paid for because I'm entitled to it. That's the type of energy you're dealing with. It's not about love. It's not about commitment. They don't love and they don't commit to themselves either. And maybe at some point you thought you couldn't commit. You were non-committal. I don't want a relationship. I don't want that. You attracted that type of energy. And somehow this person manipulated you into getting into a relationship with them. Because they showed you the shiny toy. Just like my ex showed me the shiny toy. Oh yeah, come here, live here in Brooklyn. You'll be close to the city. You'll be able to intern. You'll be able to do this. And then once I got my foot in the door in a lot of places, it was, oh, you need to come home and make me dinner. Meanwhile, I'm interning, rubbing elbows with very important people who I need to keep in contact with, and you need me to come home and put some fucking chicken in the oven? Are you serious? And the more I resisted, the more he would beat me down. The more he would take away from me. The more he would ignore me. He knew exactly how to trigger me. And that's what this person likes to do. They like to trigger you. And I'm sure that they pushed you to a point where you exploded so that they have an example to say, oh my God, look what he did to me. Remember, how a person's relationship ended before they got with you is how your relationship with them is going to end. They're going to go around, they're going to drag other people into the arguments. They're going to take away any sort of support system that's on your side. They're going to find a way to make sure that the people who love you the most and who stick up for you and who are the ride or dies in your life are going to have a little bit of a thought in their head that says, maybe this isn't such a good person. He did this to me. He did that to me. Your real true ride or dies, even if you did do stuff like that, you're going to be like, okay, all right, sorry. All right, but still, I'm still gonna hit him or her up later and be like, yo, you want to go get a burger at McDonald's? Like, or they'll just stay out of it and not say anything because people don't want to get involved in toxic shit like that. But you have to see your way out. When I was going through that, I didn't have my friends around me. Everybody was off doing their own thing. Everybody was in college. They were getting married. They were doing whatever, having kids, late 20s, early 30s. People were out there doing them. You know what I'm saying? They were not thinking about a relationship like that. I didn't have anybody. I had one friend who was by me. And every time I talked to her, she would always say, Kristen, you are not the same person that I know. There's no way. Look at you. You've completely changed. You need to get away. You need to move on. You need to get out of there. Please get out of there. Get out of there. Get out of there. Just kept saying it the whole entire time. Even right up in their face when they saw how toxic he was. And my homeboys were right there. And they were like, yo, just say the word and he won't be leaving this town because there's no way he's going to talk to you like that. He does not know you. Like, this is no. Like, they were like, no way. You're not going to talk, you're not going to, because he would say like the most vicious things. Like, I think it was an argument. I think it was, a friend of mine liked a particular brand of vodka no. They smoked weed. And, he did also. And, my friend innocently said, oh yeah, do you want to smoke? And he's like, oh, I didn't know you guys smoked. She never told me that. And there he was dancing in the streets, screaming at the top of his lungs because I never told him that my friend smoked pot. And I was like, but you knew that they, like, what are you talking about? Like, why is that such a big deal? And he was like, you need to move out. You need to get out. Like, you lied to me. You this, you that. You never told me this. And it's like, and I'm standing there trying to defend myself. And everyone's looking at us like we're crazy. Like, it was just such a show. But he did that. He would pick up things on purpose. Like, he would invite me to his friend's house because, obviously, you're living in a different part, of the state or whatever. So all of his friends were all around. They all lived down the street or whatever. So we would go to their house and everything would be fine. We'd all be sitting around talking. Then the next thing I knew, it would blow up into this huge argument. Oh, you swept the floor the wrong way. You didn't do this. You didn't do that. And it would just be such a huge scene where everyone would just be sitting there like frozen solid, like not knowing what to do. But the entire time, all of his friends would be like, listen, like, we know him. Like, you don't have to stay in this relationship. You can get out. But the ego, I had a big ego where I was like, I'm not walking away from this. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to give him an opportunity, to be like, oh, see, I told you couldn't handle it. Or, oh, see, but you know what? I shouldn't have thought that way. But at the time, I'm not going to beat myself up or blame myself for how I was at the time. You don't know how you're going to handle a situation until later. If that situation had happened to me right now, oh, hell no. There'd be no way in hell I would ever deal with that. Ever. I would be like, oh, you're going to yell at me like that? You're going to just, bye. And nobody should deal with that. There's a time and a place when people should be, having an argument. And it should be an argument, like, not a petty argument. Petty arguments are for high school kids or middle school kids. Real true adults don't argue like that. And I'm not saying that nobody's a real true adult. You can argue with your spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, however you want. But there's certain things where you're sitting there and you're tearing each other down. And you're tearing each other down to other people. And then you have this energy out there about you where people, words are spoken, spells are spoken. That energy is being absorbed somewhere in the universe. And it's being deflected on your other options because you do have other options, fire signs. You do. It's not just this one person. There are millions of people, billions of people in this world. And you're going to settle for this one particular energy because they're making it seem like that's what you need to do? Oh, well, nobody else is coming forward. Nobody else seems to be interested. You wonder why, because this person has spoken against your name. Not just with people you know, but also just out there in the universe, just putting it out there, looking at your picture and thinking, this, that, whatever they're saying, or her picture, whatever. You know, like, you were in high school and you heard a rumor about somebody, and even though you didn't know if it was true or not, you still kind of like, nah, I wouldn't give that person a shot. Just because I heard this. It sticks with you. That's what I'm talking about. There's some sort of sticking. Stick. I don't know if this person likes to throw webs or whatever they do. It's something that they do. Whatever they do, they like program this stickiness to just stick to you. So it just deflects people. You know, like you're around somebody, you even know them, and you can just pick up on their energy and you don't even want to talk to them or be anywhere near them because you can just sense that there's just something. That's what this person's doing. They're creating this false narrative about you. They're closing your eyes and your opportunities. And if you were to get back together in a relationship with this person, you're going to start to see how much loss. Because when you're in the relationship with someone, you're abundant. You get opportunities. You get money. You feel healthy. You feel happy. Things start going good for you in your life. But when you start to steer away from a particular energy, because it's not just about the person, it's about the energy that they bring with them, that you're resonating with. Like, this is a match. Maybe when you met the ex, you were at a very low vibrational energy, and that's how you attracted them. Low vibrational, high vibrational, they don't go together. It doesn't work that way. A healed person who's of the light is not going to work well with someone who's of low energy, dark energy. It's not, it won't work out. Then that's not a true healed person. It's not real. Some people think that they can control other people with spell work. Some people think that they can just, that they can just control someone. But what they really want to do is they want to stop your blessings. They want you so destitute that you can't even pick your head up off the ground. And then they're going to come riding in like the great white hope. Oh, see, here I am. Oh, you need money? I got money. Oh, you need someone to have sex with? Here you go. Here's my body. Take my body. Oh, you're hungry? You want some food? Here you go. They're going to give you everything that they took from you. So that you're so dependent upon them, you can't make a decision about your life without asking them, you want a partner or you want a fucking slave? Or you want to be a slave?